Now we need to create the trainer. So let's create the trainer. Okay, I close the folder. YouTube tutorial, face recognition. Yeah, close this. And now new file. Let's create the trainer. So in the trainer, what we have to do is, let's go back. We have to get all these samples from this dataset folder for the trainer to recognize which ID number is for which face. So let's create it. To get the pictures, we need the relative path of these images. So we need to extract the relative path, which is dataset slash, we need to capture all these paths. So for that, Python has a library called import OS, and we need our OpenCV library, import CV2, and import numpy as NP. And now, as we are capturing the images, we will need the pillow library, that is import PIL. This is the one we downloaded from the command prompt. Sorry, this will be from PIL import image. That's it. So now let's create a recognizer to train. RDC recognizer equals cv2 dot create lbph face recognizer. And we will need the path of the samples, that is path equals dataset. This is the path, relative path, where our samples are stored. Now to get all the images and its corresponding level, we are going to create, or corresponding IDs actually, we are going to create a method. So let's create a method, def get images and IDs, images and ID. With ID. Cool. And we will provide the path here. Let's create a method. We will create a list for the paths for all the images that is available in that folder. Image paths equals, now we are going to use the OS library. This will concatenate the path, the root path with the image name, path f, where f is for f in os dot list dir. Okay, what this is doing is, from the path, which is the dataset folder, it is listing all the directories which are right now the pictures right here, and it is fetching the directory from each and every pictures and putting it to F, and this join method is appending the F, whatever the username it is right now, the the file name, and it is appending to the path with the slash and creating a list for all the images. So you can see what it is doing with the print method. Print, let's say this, and if we call this method now, you can see the name of all the images that is in the sample directory. Sorry, copy and paste path. So if we print, first we have to save this. Let's name it trainer, and let's run it. So you can see the first element is dataset slash user 1.1, and second element is dataset slash user 1.10, or however it is sorting the elements from 1 at the beginning and then 2, however it is taking all the pictures and listing that in the list and storing that in the list. So now we have our paths, our training images path. Now we can loop all the images and we will store that user ID and the face to a different image list. So before doing that, we need to create an empty list, or let's set it faces equals an empty list and IDs equals another empty list. Okay, so let's loop through the images. For image path in image paths, first we have to open the image, then we have to create it. First we have to open the image from the directory, then we have to convert it to numpy array, because OpenCV only works with numpy array, so we have to convert the image into numpy array. So first open it, so let's say face img equals image dot open the image path and convert. It will convert it to image. And it will convert it to grayscale. However, it is already in grayscale, but still, if it is not, then it will convert it to grayscale. Now we have to convert this PIL image. This is right now, it is actually a PIL image, Python image library. So we have to convert it to numpy array so that OpenCV can work with it. So face np equals np dot array. Now in the input we need the input image and the conversion format, which is unsigned integer 8. So we have created an numpy array. Now we need to get the user ID, which we can get from the name of the picture. So let's get the ID. ID equals, so what we can do, we can split, we have this path, we can split the path and get the last element, which is the file name, and we can again split it and get the second element to get the ID. So first we have to split with using the path splitter, and then we have to split it using the dot splitter. So let's split it, which is, we have os dot path dot split the input image, which input image path actually. So input image path, and we got the path. And now here, to get the last element, what we can do is we can give -1, so it will count from backward. And now after we get the username, or the file name, we can again split it using the dot delimiter, dot split with dot delimiter, and we will get the second, which is actually, which is the one index. The first one is 0, the second one is 1, and that is it. That is the user ID, but it is in string format. We have to convert it to integer. So we convert it to integer. Now that we have ID, we have the image, we can directly store it to the lists, where we are storing the faces and the IDs, corresponding IDs. Faces dot append now the image, which is the numpy array, and the label, which is the IDs, dot excuse me, ID. And we are done. We can do imshow command to see what are the images it is capturing right now, or training. Training, okay, and the image, which is this one. And we have to give a wait command, cv2 dot wait key, which is k should be capital, and for 10 milliseconds, and we are done. So we can return the values. First I'm returning the labels or IDs, and then I'm returning the images or faces. Done. So now let's create faces IDs equals get image with ID and with the path. Okay, now that we have faces, we have IDs, we can train the recognizer now. So to train the recognizer, we need the image for faces samples and we need the labels, corresponding labels. So copying this dot train, sorry, in this case this is faces and corresponding, and we have to convert this is an integer array, but we have the OpenCV only works with numpy array, so we have to convert this integer array into a numpy array. So array numpy array, and we will pass the IDs, or we can do that here directly. We can do that here so that we don't have to do it in the program. After in the program IDs, yeah, so we can now directly pass the ID. So with this our recognizer is trained. We have to save it so that we can access it later. The recognizer dot save, and we will save it under let's give it recognizer underscore training data dot yml. So now we need cv2 dot destroy all window, and we are done with the trainer. So let's run it. Okay, something went wrong. Wait key. Okay, my bad. Close it. cv2 dot. So let's run it. Okay. Level is not an unpacked scale. Yeah, so we made a mistake there. This should be IDs and then faces. So let's try it again. Okay, again we didn't create the folder, so it is recognizer attribute, sorry, and before that dps all windows, and let's see, and we got the training data YMO. So we have created the trainer. Now we have to create the detector.